report. I think you should take note of it. So I think lastly is your pricing. Um, Again, when you're putting your pricing, remember Motive.co is a competitive site. While you can definitely while you can definitely make yourself different by using a high price, you also want to ensure if you want to make yourself different, be different. If you don't want to make yourself different, don't be different. I'm seeing guys actually using 23,000 to 300. I'm saying 10,000 to 200,000. I'm saying I'm saying so these are proper. Let me tell you, let me show you ranges that are proper, right? Because you give your clients what you expect. Don't give your clients wide expectation. Help them make their choices, right? So you save yourself a lot of stress. I don't want you guys receiving clients from Motive and coming online to say how the client send me a message on Motive and tell me to do 5K logo. You invited them to do that for you. So imagine you have a 30,000 to 200K price range, right? And I as a client come in and say, I want to do a logo for 30,000. You can't blame me. Do you get? You can't blame me because it's not my fault. It is what you told me to come with. So if you want to truly charge high, if you want to charge 200K, ensure your range is in the high part. Because this is a competitive market. You are not talking directly to the client. The client makes their choices. This is what most people would always call a perfect market, where the power is in the hands of the client. And so you can't just play with that power anyhow. You need to position yourself well. Do you want to be the elite or you want to be the common man? No offense to people who are charging low, right? And so for those who charge, like for example, this 5K to 50K range is amazingly perfect. But this 30K to 200K or 20K to 300K is unnecessarily large, right? This is 23K to 300K, very large. 68 to 50K, perfect. Let's see, these are perfect. So if you want to charge 300K, your difference could be 80K to 200K or 100K to 300K. These are proper ranges. But when you're doing 20 to 300, it's just like you're saying, I'm a glutton, just bring any work to me. And I would mention something in my session in like 10 minutes saying that you can't work for everybody, you can't work for anybody, you can only work for somebody. Ask us to check premium. All right. I mean, it still works with this. I think the rating is up to is Moski that is the team at Motive that determines the star rating. I think that the star rating is dependent on how your portfolio is built, right? Which is what we're probably going to discuss tomorrow, next tomorrow, how to build an amazing portfolio. If there's time, I'll probably build a portfolio with somebody on Figma and we'll see how it goes. But right now, here we have straight up people. I think this is kind of still the same thing. Selfies, compressed images, nicknames, first names, all these things won't get you the clients you're looking for, unfortunately. But overall, though, I hope you guys get the idea of how to position yourself well on the motive.co website. Pretty much you mostly had some ideas around it. But for starters, for this MVP, I hope you guys make the most use of it. So let's check out these 4 different portfolios we just opened. 2 of them we put on Instagram. Okay, so the way I will start is this. If your portfolio would be an Instagram page, then let your Instagram page solely be for your business. Although if you ask me personally, this is my personal opinion, I don't think Instagram is for portfolios. I think Instagram is for showcasing, just like Dribble. Just like someone just asked me, can we use Dribble for portfolio? Answer is no, you shouldn't. Dribble is for showcasing. Amazing. Dribble and Instagram is like it's like show off to your peers around you. It's like show off to your friends around you. Ideally, by showing off, guys, people can come online and see it and say, yeah, I want to hire you, right? But primarily, I would say that you should use the proper tools for your portfolio, really. But then also you can create Instagram pages to post your work for show off, like this particular page. So now this particular page has a lot of work, and let me tell you what proper portfolio pages have that your Instagram page will not have. One, you would not be able to direct your client to have a particular kind of perception that you want them to. Now your Instagram has not just your latest work, but your old works too, right? It has your old work, it has comments, it has everything, right? And so when I click on it, and let's say a popular person, I click on somebody bashing you underneath there, it creates a wrong perception in my head. When you put your portfolio on social media, right, and you say this is your portfolio, you are unable to control the narrative. The thing about portfolio is all about controlling the narrative to ensure that you tell the story that hires you, right? Unless you have a boring page where nobody actually likes or comments on your page, then you're lucky. But if you do, and somebody mistakenly goes ahead to banter you once, banter you twice, it creates a bad impression for you. You want to control the narrative, put it on Behance, put it on Behance. People they don't always post per se, they don't always post comments per se. You can control the narrative. You can tell the story behind how you designed this thing. But if you're posting it on a social media that's all about short attention span, you don't get to actually control the narrative. Instead, all they see is just your work at first glance. If it works amazingly, the idea is not for you to stop posting on Instagram. The idea is for you to not depend on Instagram as your primary portfolio. It can be your source of social media marketing. It can be your source of social media awareness of your brand and your business, right? But it should not be your primary portfolio. I've seen guys actually DM me on Instagram and then tell me to send my portfolio to them. So it means that whatever they say on your Instagram is not enough for them. I hope you guys understand that actually. Second one is Dynamics. Dynamics, I thought it's going to be the same thing really. Around how Instagram should not be a primary portfolio. I think that you should use a portfolio tool. Now this is someone who uses Google Drive, and you share how amazing it is. It means I can actually scroll down and look through his portfolio. So let's sort of like review this, guys. So number one, your front page needs to be calling and amazing. I think this is good. I also think again that what should be the header of your portfolio should be portfolio, not sense doing creation, but portfolio, right? So if it was my portfolio, it should be Praise Philemon's portfolio, or Praise Philemon, graphic designer, or Praise Philemon's portfolio, graphic designer, or whatever I do, or just Praise Philemon's portfolio, that image on the right hand side. But the thing is, your front cover should make me know what I'm expecting inside there. Is it a portfolio? Is it a CV? Is it a resume? I should know what to expect, right? Not your name or whatever. Even when you're designing the company profile, you actually write company profile in large letters because you want people to expect that they're reading a company profile. Why should you do the less for portfolios? Plus, it's not your autobiography, really. So the next page is amazing in sense of direction or content. Remember I mentioned it that you want to ensure that you make the fastest impression on your client as fast as possible. And here, Adedoyi CV. And here I'm seeing so in his CV, seeing his profile, qualification, his skill set, his software skills, his personal skills, his references, then some wordplay here, and then personal achievements. And so this is what I think about this page. I think that the direction of putting something is amazing. On the other hand, I also think that the way the information is arranged is poor. In your head, when you want to sell yourself, you need to think of what sells me best, right? What puts my foot forward best. And in this place, I would say your skill set it's your portfolio, for Christ's sake. If you want to put in your skill set first, you want to put in your software skills first and your personal skills. So it means that this part where they're like underneath here, it should be on top here. Education and qualification should be like underneath. It's not like important. It's not like you even studied in any school, basically. So it's not really a big part of why I should hire you. You don't have any design degree, so it should not be like top of class. It's not important, quote. So you take it down. It's least important. Then on your profile, on the other hand, your profile is roughly created. So there's one thing I mentioned about these other guys on Hakim. I think his name is Hakim Olashukwu. Yeah. What Olashukwu has is that he went straight to the point. He gave me a pinpointed idea of who he was, and like I could understand it in like less than 3 sentences. Here, I'd have to read through 2 paragraphs to see creative graphic design. I saw creative graphic designer once, detail-oriented designer 2, experienced creative design professional 3, graphic designer 4, then some text, another creative graphic designer again 5, and that's all. So he mentioned that he's a designer 5 times in one paragraph, in one paragraph. We need to say this in that anyone who must say I'm king, no king, right? If you'd ask me, I'll tell you that what you should do is writing your profile, you want to put first your experience. In this case, he put it last. So you want to say, throughout my 5 years career, I have always tried to ensure that the passion and enthusiasm for my work has shown through. You would ask me, I would say you should recreate it as this and say, over the last 5 years, I have consistently designed for businesses and brands with an immense attention to detail. The immense attention to detail, full stop. My skill is, or how do you put it? I pride myself in building a strong relationship with my clients, in partnering with them to build better solutions for their businesses. Full stop. The rest is unnecessary. Because again, like I mentioned, you want to ensure that they're able to see all these things at a glance, like quickly at a glance. For example, where he was writing his skill set, you want to just go straight to the point. My skill set is Photoshop, Illustrator, Acrobat, CorelDRAW, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, whatever your skill set is, write it out down. Your personal skills, write it out down. Now your personal achievement, this personal achievement part of this, right, should also be bigger. I don't know why anyone should make the achievement so small. I think this achievement should be bigger, and it should also be at the same level of contrast as skill set. Whatever this wordplay is underneath here should just be removed. References should also be removed. This is not a CV, this is a portfolio. I don't think this one should be there. I think this should move up here, this should move here. Education and qualification can come underneath here, and this should be shorter. And okay, he has experience, work experience. So if you have work experience, I'd say that every other thing here should come here, and just your work experience can be on the right, your skill sets can be on the left, your profile can stay here, skill set here, your work experience here, every other thing can come here. But if you ask me, I would say that you ensure that you put everything on one page. You don't have to describe what you did in every creative position. You just need to say that this is your amount of, when you said you have 5 years experience, they are thinking of what have you done in the last 5 years that should make me trust you to take my project. And so just saying you're a volunteer at this person, you actually say, okay, you're a lead designer at your youth church, you are the sole designer of your graduating physiology class, you are the sole designer of the Student Physiology Association of Nigeria, you're a freelance creative designer since 2014. Like, you put out all of those things. You have to explain in details what you did in each of those periods. Quick note, when you volunteer for something, don't say you're a volunteer. put the role about you volunteered. So if you volunteered as a lead project manager, don't say volunteer at this place. Say lead project manager at this place. Do you understand? Volunteering is just it's a term and condition, just like full-time or contract or part-time, right? Not necessarily a role. So you're not a volunteering role. You're not a volunteer at Coca-Cola. You are a social media manager at Coca-Cola. That's what you should put in there. But that is way stronger than saying you're a volunteer. It puts in perspective exactly what you did for them. So after that, then we have this. Here he just arranged, he gave me an arrangement of the logos he has done. My advice, don't do this. My advice is that you pick 2 or 3 logos, 3 best logos, by the way. Don't show your growth. Nobody cares about the value you can give them at that moment. Don't show how far you've come. Show what you are currently. So you pick your 3 best logos, and then you explain your process on those logos per page, like 1 logo per page. You don't have to go to 10 pages. 1 logo per page, explain your those logos, and you're good to go. And then you can do that 3 times, right? And then, so you have 3 pages for logo design. And then the next one is, so all these things are like scattered. Tunji Ogunye will say that when you're designing, if you are somebody that has a lot of skills, whenever you're submitting your portfolio, ensure that your portfolio is tailored to what you're submitting it for. So it means that if you're submitting your portfolio for a brand design job, ensure that the jobs there are primarily brand design. When you're submitting your portfolio for product design, ensure that the jobs there are product design jobs. I can remember the time when I used to run my company and I'll be asked for portfolios. Graphic designer, and all I was just saying there is for a brand designer actually, I was saying there was UI UX, UI UX, UI UX, UI UX. I can't hire you no matter how good your UI UX design is. So it's not really your problem, it's your portfolio's problem. So you actually make your portfolio fit whatever you are submitting it for, right? If a client calls you and says, I want to do a logo, can you send me a portfolio? Ensure your portfolio contains your best logos. It's very important that they are your best logos. And that's what this particular website does not have really. Apart from that, I think that for him, what he would do, if you'd ask me, I'll suggest that you most of the things here, I can see posters, I can see deliverables, and I can see branding or logo design. So you actually section it and say your logo designs, these are your logo designs, and then your posters, these are your, or your deliverables, these are your deliverables, then your posters, these are your posters, your publication, these are your publications. That way you are leading me on. I know what I'm expecting next and next and next and next. It is way better that way than just letting me make that decision myself. So I think that's that. Then lastly, we have Ibukun. So Ibukun is a motion designer, and she has a Behance profile. So let's click on one. Now, the thing about Behance is that let me log into my profile. The thing about Behance is that it already helps you set this thing in motion, right? There is this thing in motion for you. So you already know the entire file. Or they already helped you arrange the entire file. They already helped you guys arrange the entire file. They helped you arrange your layout, and all you have to do is just upload your work and type out your story. However, what I think we don't do well enough is that we don't maximize the entire functionality of Behance, right? Behance is free for now because Adobe is a capitalist company. In the next 5 years, it will be paid. Pretty much sure it will be paid. But right now it is free, right? and we don't maximize it well enough. We have our work here because we know when people click on our link, they can see our work. But the thing is, we think that our work is where it stops, right? We seem to just forget every other thing on this page except the work. I'm going to show like my profile, like anything. So my profile is you see my banner like my name, my title, and what I can do: brand design, graphic design, art direction, UX UI, whatever. And then you see this extra stuff right here. So you see like my history. You see where I've worked at right here on the left. You see about me, and that is something we don't do well enough. Can you guys see here? It's not here. And people who come on Behance to hire people, they're mostly foreign clients. I have had people who have had clients, like huge clients from Behance. So you want to take your Behance very, very seriously. You want to ensure that you fill in every single information possible. Can you guys see my screen? Just to be sure, someone is not seeing anything. Can you guys see my screen? All right. I guess Marcel just have, you probably have to, okay. All right. So I think the thing about Behance is that once you the major thing about Behance is seeing this extra stuff into it, because it helps with your search with this algorithm to find you when they need to find you. Apart from that, the rest of them seem to kind of look good. But let's click on one. Behance makes everything easy, really, right? All you have to do is, put your text there, and put your image, put your text, just drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. Nothing really, really crazy. And then when they are done, they can go to the next one. It's clickable, it's easy for your clients. And this is the reason why I said you should use Behance, right? You don't have to stress yourself with quite a number of problems around it. You just have to upload, and upload. And the thing about Behance is this: is that you don't have to bother yourself with finding, keeping your files on your phone, or have to, figure out a way to send your portfolio to somebody on Instagram. Say, send me your portfolio on Instagram, and you're saying send me your email, when you can just simply send a Behance link and say, this has short of work or whatever, or on Twitter. Behance reduces that time break in between, right? And so you are talking with a client, and then the client says, okay, can you please send me your portfolio? And you're saying, please, can you send me your email? And then you have that 1 hour gap. That 1 hour gap can be the difference between seeing that client or letting him see somebody else. And Behance actually helps you close that gap once you have a link. And that's the reason why I said, primarily use any cloud solution app to host your portfolio. If you have a website, it is perfect. If you don't, use any cloud solution app to host your portfolio. It's very, very important, really. But other than that, that's like the major thing about Behance. Other than that, really, this portfolio can actually earn a job. This portfolio too can also earn a job. Let's note that. So this portfolio can earn a job, but it will not earn the job he wants, the kind of job he wants to earn, especially when he has competitors around him. If he has a lot of competitors, this portfolio might not earn that job. But if he doesn't have any competitor, like he's the only person with the clients, it could earn him a job. Instagram, not so sure. It can create a perception to have a portfolio and have a portfolio. I think this is where we'll end. What if you have one project on Behance and have more on Dribble and Instagram? Do me a favor, and all those projects you have on Dribble and Instagram, post them on Behance, right? And if you can't, just send all 3 links to your clients. But if I advise you, just pick all of them and create a case study for each of them and put them on Behance. I hope that answers your question, really. So any more questions? I think be done with should be done with reviews today. I don't know most alpha. I don't know how tomorrow and next tomorrow is going to really look like. Uchofia is right. Yeah, sending more than one link will stress the client. I don't know how the next 2 days are going to look like. I'm sure we are going to also review more portfolios tomorrow and next tomorrow. I'm hoping that we review an actual portfolio where the person is around, and then we can like really discuss and make the portfolio better. I'd also show you some of my old portfolios and tell you the mistakes I made. Most of my old portfolios have a lot of mistakes, really. I show you the mistakes I made and how much it cost me and why you should avoid it. And then maybe we would create a template for building a logo. I mean, Oshofie said you sent yours earlier. If your portfolio is on the Disha page, then you should know by now that it should be like 3/10. Major reason being the fact that it's on Disha page, it's on a Disha page. So I'd advise you that you start working to move it to a Behance page. You understand that, Oshofie?
Praise. Thank you very much. Yeah, makes sense. So some people sent their portfolio to me on my mail, but I have not really sorted it out. I was planning to do that tomorrow. We should review it tomorrow. So
Let's do tomorrow now.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. But then you mentioned something about Disha page. So somebody like me.
What?
I said you mentioned something about Disha. So somebody like me, I have my portfolio on Disha.
Yeah.
I have my portfolio. So I don't know. I'm confused now. I'm confused now. So I'm thinking that can we review mine, because there's a way I did mine that's different from this guy's own.
All right.
So let's see. Probably I want to suggest if this one is better. Yeah.
All right. So let's try. Moski, I got the right now. Moski or Disha.
Yeah. Of course.
All right. So Moski. But I don't do something. I don't even sabi. I don't sabi work. Anyways, guys. Okay, so this is Moski's. This is your page now. Yeah. I like dark mode. All right. So this page is perfect, and I'll tell you guys why it's perfect. First one is remember I told you guys that I think Disha as a tool was created as a source for all your links, right? Like all your links should be in one place. You know, people can reach you on LinkedIn, on Twitter, everywhere. It's like that central position. It's like the president of all your digital footprint. And I think that's what Moski did here. You would notice here that he didn't put images up and down, basically, right? What he just did was like he hosted his entire CV and put it on Disha. He didn't put his portfolio on Disha, like he said. He put his CV on Disha. And here you have like a big idea of what Damola can do, right? You know he leads IOTA. You can check out IOTA here, and then just below it, it puts in click here to check my portfolio. And if I click here to see his portfolio, it takes me to a Google Sites page. Do you guys understand? It takes me to a Google Sites page, and now I can, say welcome to my portfolio showcase. I can click on his logos and scroll through his logos, because he said logo, he did not say branding. So I can scroll through his logos and I can click on flyers. You guys can see the way he sectioned it. I can scroll through his flyers. I can see it completely. I can see them properly. They're not clickable because they are mostly short. I dribble, but I can see kind of like a lot to give me an idea that he can actually work it out for me. And then updates, he has his rates here. My rates are only available in chat. 1 million for a year. This deal and whatnot. I think this is pretty much straightforward. This is more like a matter of UX than actual good portfolio. So what he did was that he sectioned everything. EW mentioned, if I go back to Moski's teacher page, EW is saying that you suggested having separate portfolio for different projects. For example, a separate logo portfolio, a separate branding portfolio. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But if you have it on a website, you can have them on different pages. But we are having them on a portfolio, you really, really want to ensure that they are sectioned. That way, you allow your clients to be able to make those decisions. When we get to the positioning section, you sort of understand why I'm saying this, really, because when you don't, your client just, has you all over the place, really. Do you get? They have you all. They know that they know you are doing this. They know you are doing that. They know you are doing this. But like someone said, you would trust someone who has been doing one thing all his life than someone who has been doing 10 things all his life. You would trust that one person over 10 things. It's not asking you to do one thing. It's asking you to be known for one thing. So a portfolio should just have that one thing, the most relevant skill to that client at that moment. That's what I mean. All right. So back to Moski's Sharp page. Back to Moski's Sharp page. So
Just please.
Moski's Sharp page is like basically yes, he has his portfolio, has his design mentorship for his personal brand. Obviously, takes it to his Telegram. You see how cunning this guy is. Then his skills, you can see his experiences, takes you to IOSA. I mean, this is out here completely. Why? Because teacher has that page. But you would note that in the first page, right? In the first page that I can see immediately what he does, and I can see like a straight to the point CTA if I need to hire him. And so he's telling me that he leads a team of creative individuals dedicated to promote brand sales and identity through research, strategy, and visual design. IOSA, a creative design team in Lagos State, Nigeria, is a creative hardworking designer who stands out and represents the gospel of good branding and how it adds value to businesses and products. That first page is enough. The rest of the page is just supporting the first page. Again, like I said, digital page doesn't have to be short. Your digital is not your portfolio. It can have as many things as possible about you. It is to sell you, but you want to ensure that you put in those CTAs as fast and as immediate as possible. And this doesn't stop here. It should be on your what is going on this digital page should be on your Twitter, on your Instagram, on your Behance. Every single place you have a digital footprint. You should have something that describes you properly and allows people to be able to understand who you are, and a CTA where they can actually like contact you. A lot of people are on Twitter, their DM is locked and there's nothing on their profile that shows where I can contact them. And then it causes a bit of problem with your client. Someone likes what you've done but cannot contact you. You have to ensure that you open the doors for clients to see who you are, and then they should be able to contact you immediately. That's the entire idea of selling, marketing, and creating a portfolio. Mostly, was that proper? Did that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah. One thing is the reason why I talked about the reason why I usually advise some of my students to talk than show. I mean, talk before show. You understand? I like when you present yourself as someone that is capable, then show what you've done. You understand? I remember there was a time I think I featured on Evans, this guy Evans Akono. He was telling, I think he was uploading on his story that wow, that this is a perfect portfolio that I have seen on Disha. And he said I like the word you use. He said I was corny because uh, it wasn't like Disha wasn't like this before. Everything was very free. Everything was free of charge. I think that was what happened to Olashopo. So the limited resource they gave us just 3 features, right? So I think it was limited by that, and I don't know, maybe he paid for it or maybe he's using those free ones. The reason why you can't click on his image is because they've locked those premium features whereby you can check and glance through people's images that they uploaded. But I was able to put everything inside, even regardless of the fact that you have locked everything. I achieved what I want to achieve. I have limited links inside this. Actually, Disha only gave us access to 3 links, but I have everything. Yeah, everything that is underlined there is a link. You understand? Everything is a link. So basically, I outsmarted them, and now they are. He told. I think he shared that he was going to review Disha. and he's going to make 2.0 of it. So he's going to categorize the resume part and the normal dish page and stuff like that. So this is probably because of I just feel that I've seen the loopholes in Disha. That was how I was able to use it against them. So basically, I like to tell designers to showcase, like write something beautiful about yourself. You see, a one sentence or a one paragraph of the most catchy words we do more than your portfolio, like the see what I can do thing. You understand? That is why I am very much concerned about content. Whatever you tell, you see, marketing is about words. It's about how you place them, not what you show. You understand? It's about how you say it. It's important that you put so much effort to make sure that you have the perfect introduction of who you are and what you do. Then you understand, even if your work is not as beautiful as I have, like those ones in my portfolio right now, they are just 2 years or 3 years ago. It's been long. It's been long. I edited. I didn't have that time to go and be editing my portfolio. You understand? All those things are very long time ago. I would have removed or probably added better ones. You understand? So that's that it is, right? And I can bet you guys that, to be honest, I'm not trying to sound very somehow. Everybody has entered this portfolio has come back to discuss price. That's just the truth about everything. Everybody has entered, has come back to say, okay, so how much will you do this work for me? I don't refer people to my Instagram. I have Instagram page, but I don't refer people to it. I just send them this link. I need to do everything that it needs to do. You understand? It does the talking. You see my price. You see 1 million. 1 million naira was just last year. That was when I was still charging 1 million for a year. But now, like you have seen that perspective that this is how high I charge. You can see normally, if you want to talk about probably flyer, for example, I could be discussing probably 10K or 5K if I'm that cheap. But I have hyped myself to 1 million naira. Normally, 1 million naira per year, nobody might actually click that deal or be satisfied with that deal, because who knows? You might not be able to do a lot of designs at the end of the day. So I'll be the one to gain at it. It's just a word play. I'm just trying to outsmart you. But I have given you a perspective that I charge in millions. I talk about millions or something like that, millions of naira. So when you come to meet me and say you want to design a product, I can easily mention 750K, 900K, 1 million naira, 2 million naira, 5 million naira, because I've given you that perspective. And last, it's Gary I'm meeting at home, because maybe I just collected one 5K job or maybe one 10K job, you understand, from my buddies or people that have known me or have been doing business with me for a while. But I have given every newcomer a perspective that I'm explaining. That's what Praise is trying is trying to say at that motive motive.co profiles. And another thing is the way we did the way we analyzed motive.co, we programmed the database that if you put a nickname, right, it's going to remove one star from your profile. You understand? Then if your portfolio is terrible, we do the review. That one has 3 points. If your portfolio is terrible, we'll judge that ourselves. But your name, your selfie, if you put a selfie or your nickname, and you put what you can't really do, or your software you can't do. Because I see some people putting After Effects and there's no motion graphics in their portfolio. So all those things have been programmed to determine the ratings. You understand? So that's why so many people have 2.5. Someone even para for me, send me send me an email that, "Dad, why would you give me this kind of rating?" I was like, everything has been programmed. You understand? These guys have done the job. The developers have done all those parts. So, and this is just I don't know. This is just uh, an exercise for people to understand, especially creatives, to understand that they are doing some things in the wrong way. You get? I've seen so many times that I give people a lot of projects or give people jobs. Any client that comes to me, I don't say no to them. Okay, if you tell me, Damla, I want to do a logo and I charge for, I have 10,000 naira, and probably I don't charge 10,000 naira. I will onboard the person, tell the person, okay, you're welcome, blah, 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 blah. I have someone that I can recommend to you. Yes, I can go to my status and I can write, if you know you can design a logo for whatever, this is the price, share me your link or let me forward this to this guy. I would have told the guy, let me go and find the best guy to do this work for you. Those people that are in my classes, like the bootcamp class, the UI UX class or so many other classes that I've posted that I have them on my Telegram or WhatsApp. I used to post this job stuff to them. And the first thing I ask is, please send me your work. So send me what you've done. I've seen so many people send the wrong thing, and at the end of the day, the best person for the job will get the gig. You understand? So this is very, very competitive. So you have to be the best in every section. How you present your portfolio really matters. You understand? That's why I'm not even doing the critics. And I told Praise, and Praise has done everything. In fact, as I was saying it, I was checking my own guy. Are you after share this thing? Share there, right? And as I was saying them, I saw that I did a good job, maybe 7/10 or 8. I'll just probably go and work on mine too. Like I said, everybody has to learn from this, but it has done justice to it. So we'll continue tomorrow. I was expecting the class to be longer than this actually.
I had a session though, like the slides it actually make.
You said what? This slide, right? Do you have it right now, or what do you think? Or should we wait till last day?
I do. Depends. What do you guys think? What's the time right now?
The time is 10. Yeah, it depends on them. If they have data, because yeah, there was a time we wanted to do a class, and they were suggesting that we should do a midnight class. I think from 12 to 4, we did that class. I've organized a class like that before. Everybody was on free data, all this cheap data that we used to do. I used to enjoy this type of classes because it really costless and we learned more. And so I don't know about people's cash. If they have that data, fine. I can talk as long as I want to talk. But then it depends on them. If they agree that let's continue, fine. But this is a 3-day stretch. We'll have fresher ideas and go and come back and stuff.
Let's do tomorrow, most likely. Tomorrow is way better.
Okay. All right. So before we go, some people want to ask questions. They want to probably talk, and let's hear from them, right?
Yeah, no problem. You guys can ask questions.
All right, Fawaz. Is Fawaz there?
Sorry, this session was.
Hello, sorry, can you?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I was actually going to ask, if you want to use Behance now as your portfolio, how are you going to present your case study? Will you like design it like a PDF or a very long PNG and then post it? So when your clients wants to view your case study, you will have to like scroll, or you just have the shots there with a brief description about it.
So I'll give you 3 ways. 3 ways. Number 1, you design it. You design each slide, right? Like, design each slide. The ones that will have text, design it and everything, and then you upload it in a sequence, and then you post it. That's the first one. Second one is Behance has Behance has this. So when you want to add a new Behance has stories now. Interesting. When you want to add a new project, right? Behance has text that you can write.
Wow.
You get, so you can you can bold, you can increase the size to. I like designing everything I do. You can say the problem, and then reduce this one back to wherever you're coming from. Say 20. Write out the problem. Next one is solution here, and then the solution. Set out the problem, right? You can post images here. And how do you post images? It's simple. So this is where your cursor is. Add content, an image. Pick a random image here. So the image shows right underneath. Oh, this is a text block. So you cut out the text block. The image shows right underneath the text block, and then you have another text block added here. Insert media text, and then you continue here. You get, and then type as a solution. Add your. That's one way. Another way is to Another way is to design everything, right? Design the image, design the text, and post. And the last way is what I use a lot. Just post your work. Like, don't do any don't do any case study or anything. Just post shots of your work and do the talking beforehand. So a lot of times the way I talk to my clients is more of like they hit me up and say, "Hey, Praise, someone referred me to you," and right from the talk, right, I already like answered most of their questions. Really, they know exactly how I work. They know what I charge. They know if I'm the best fit for them. And so when they're asking for my portfolio, all they're asking for is just visual proof. They're not looking for what I did in that portfolio, because when I'm talking to them, I already told them that I work with this particular client. I made 2 million for them. I raised 1 million for them. I raised the highest amount of money in the last 22 years. I raised 22 million in sponsorship in 2 weeks. I already told them that in my pitch with them, in my conversations with them. And so they don't really exactly need to see my case studies when they open my portfolio. So what they're just looking for is, okay, what exactly did you do that helped them raise 22 million? What do you do exactly that helped them increase their phone into $368? Like, exactly what did they do? What did you do? What did you actually submit, right? And then I send them my Behance shots, which don't save for Christ's sake. And I send my Behance shot, and they see this, right? And I don't put a lot. See this, when you click on any, and you see that just shots, like shots, only shots and shots only. And like you're just like scrolling down and seeing shots and shots only. And then in case the next one, wherever the next one is, and all you're seeing again problems, and they're like, okay, what kind of everything, and I give them an idea. The moment I finish that call, I send a proposal. I'll show you guys an example of what my proposal looks like. So this is one proposal, right? So my proposal goes like this. My proposal has just text, really. It just answers some of their questions, like what do I know about you? What can we do for you? Why work with us? Some of the work we've done. What some of our clients say about us, and any more questions. Like a basic proposal. So this one doesn't have. It's not even complete. It doesn't have things like my pricing, my timeline, and whatnot like that, basically. But that's like how my own onboarding goes. And the reason why it goes like that is that way before I send my proposal, I need to understand whether you're my client or not, right? I need to understand whether you're the kind of client I want to talk to or not. If you're not my kind of client, then we can't vibe. And I'm immediately trying to onboard you to somebody else, telling you that I can't work for you. This is not my kind of work. This is not what I do, or I'm not the perfect fit for you, right? But I know somebody who can do this for you. Just like Moski said, don't turn away all your clients. Tell them that you have somebody who can help them. Let them have some sort of value from you. Tell them you have someone who can help them. If you don't have anybody who can help them, just respectfully tell them no. But that's like the entire idea of how I do my stuff. But do not, when you're uploading on Behance, do not design everything on one page and post. When you do that, sometimes your clients want to click on one image and begin to move next, right? They want to do that. And the problem with those things is that when you do just one, it's just like really, really long, like really, really long, and they can't really see what you wrote inside very well. So don't do it as one page. Divide it into separate pages and upload one by one, really. My onboarding process is quite simple. It's just basically contact, check for check portfolio on the spot. And then once we are done, the next thing is proposals. Proposals follow invoice. Proposals just is like a creative brief. It tells them what to expect, what to collect, the deliverables. Okay, I think let me show you the guys the one size that's actually in depth. So this is one for a beauty brand. Has introduction, what I know about them, what we will do for you, then our deliverables, and project timeline and pricing. Then some of the work we've done. These are just like normal stuff. Some of the work we've done. Do you have any questions? Thank you for reading. But then it has like project timeline and pricing, our deliverables, strategy, identity development, and brand communications. And this is what we can do for you. This is more like my services. This is what they get from me. And so they have like a full idea of what they are going into. And then once I tell them that, the next thing is like, this is my pricing, this is what I'm charging you for this entire week and whatnot. And then you see it and you say, okay, this is what I'm moving on with. This is not what I'm moving on with, basically. And so after this, then we kind of like, go back and forth on the timeline and the pricing. And then once we agree on that, we move to invoicing and, on normal starting the project and stuff. But I try as much as possible not to make the onboarding process too long. I hate when I'm trying to onboard a client for over 2 months. It begins to tire both me and the client out, really. But sometimes, right, the bigger the money, really, it's like a slope, it's like a bell slope. The bigger the money, the longer it is to actually seal the client, usually because of the structures in their company. Companies where the person you are talking to is, probably just like a department head, and he needs to get to the CEO before they can actually approve your proposal. It goes through a really long process, really, and it can be really tiring. That could happen. Sometimes you have to submit bids. Sometimes you have to, do a number of things in trying to get clients. Moski will actually agree to this. Sometimes it's not every time the kind of client you want would actually be in charge of the project. Sometimes you have to go through bureaucratic processes to actually get to that final, yes, let us start, right? And then when you finally get there and then you want to start work, it's another problem and everything. So really, the idea is just really understanding what works best for you and your client. Remember, the market is made up of not just you, but your clients. And your goal, your major goal is to ensure that you position yourself in a place where they can clearly and comfortably, interact with you, talk to you. You can clearly sell to them. They can clearly buy from you. And they can pay you money, and you can come on Twitter and shout funds, and be like most kids that earn 7 figures this year. That's simple, really. I hope you understand that. And yes, I use Affinity. Nothing this was making me leave Affinity. Nothing. Any other question, guys?
Sorry, I want to chip in something, Praise, before you continue. So you were talking about onboarding. Onboarding, it's another course entirely, honestly. One of the best ways to onboard clients. Okay, let me describe what onboarding is. Onboarding is like toasting a girl. You understand? Before you toast the babe, but you have to look nice, make her feel that you have that value, or describe yourself basically. Okay, this is if you date me, this is what I have, this is what I carry, this is what I'm going to buy for you. Make it, you're going to like present yourself. So presentation is just probably another word for onboarding. You understand? So when you want to onboard client, the first thing that is necessary is that you present value. That's the number one thing. You understand? As I said, when you want to, this thing is about relationships, but you cannot win somebody over without, discussing what you have or what the person will benefit from you. So the first thing you need to do is that when you want to, you want to write a proposal. I've written so many. My first proposal went wrong. In fact, they had to screenshot the email to me. Like somebody had to sneak it and screenshot, and they were telling the client, the CEO, the owner, that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Like, don't give him the job, that kind of thing. So one thing I learned from that scenario, because I was always going from Ikeja to Lekki almost every day, just to seal this. And how much was it? It was just 700,000 naira then. I've wasted my energy and time just to convince clients. And at the end of the day, they just embarrassed me that way. And although they didn't say it to my face, they said it among themselves. So it's not as if I don't have a better solution. It's not as if I don't have the best, maybe technology to do their website or whatever. The thing is, I did not present myself well. Okay, one of the first thing that you do is that don't push out your price yet. You can see that the first proposal Praise was showing does not have price. First of all, you talk about, oh, I have done research on you. This is what you have. This is who you are. This is what you lack. So from seeing what you've lacked, I think you present a solution, maybe very, very briefly. Just say, I noticed that you don't have customers in 36 states. Okay, I think you should just give them a tip of a solution. Okay, just dash them that value. Let them go and let them thank God on your behalf that they even met you. Okay, so you say something like, I think you should work on your Instagram page or your social media and try to run. Oh, that one is even getting longer. Just say, try to run ads, okay, and target different states at different time. If you put it that way, then you now say, I can help you do that. That's where you are trying to enter their head, making them feel shitty at their work, that they don't have anybody that has been doing it. I want to come and help your life, basically. Okay, so when you say it that way, first of all, you can do it yourself, no wala, but let me help you. I can help you to do it. Then, if you know you want me to do it for you, click this link, then let us talk more on the pricing. That way, the person that is discussing with you, if the person is the head of director, head of department, it's not the CEO actually. Most of these companies are not always CEO. I discussed this in the acts of designpreneurship. It's the 5,000 naira if you're interested. I pieces all these things. I pieces everything. It's inside. So if you want to buy, go and buy it. The link is there, or just DM me at the end of the day. So you see, I've given you free value, and I'm trying to sell to you. So it's always in my system. So basically, when you do that, the person will carry that proposal and go and meet CEO. Okay, I tried to negotiate with this guy, but look at what he's telling us. He said our website is nonsense and we should have done it this way. And I feel that we should bring this guy in so that he will do it for us. Actually, that's what they are looking for in the first place. Then at the end of the day, they will call you and say, okay, how much is it? Very, very short. You don't have to be going back and forth and can it happen and this. Then you have the guts to call your price and then you can see the deal. You understand? So make sure the first thing you push is value, solution to their problem, like bring the problem out. Okay, there's a website that I have that when I have a client website, I can analyze how many users comes in. Then I can analyze it, I can compare it to their competitor. You understand? When you have this website, you put two domains together. It's going to analyze numbers of click per domain. This website has 52 clicks per month, this and this and that, bounce rate, blah blah blah. This website is going to compare it. You can screenshot it and send it back to them. That see, I have done research on your website. You can see where you're lacking. You guys should try as much as possible to do better. Okay, people are shitting your work. You are doing nonsense. Don't go and write what I'm saying. So then you can hire me to actually help you out. You understand? So when you do that, you're actually a big guy. Like they know that you know your job. Okay, we've won their hearts basically. The next thing is the only thing I can push them back is the money that you might call, and even that they don't have the choice. They'll go and loan money to hire you. You understand? So that is one of those things I learned. Okay, so basically, try as much as possible to know how to study client, and content really matters. How you present yourself. You see, one thing, if you check my portfolio bar, on my portfolio, I was trying to say that, as you can see, I have created. That's how. If you can go back to, if you go back to the portfolio, sorry, Praise, can you help me to check that? I want to show them one thing. I'm sorry for. If you go to
portfolio there.
yeah, portfolio. There's a caption I wrote before they can scroll down. You understand? So my portfolio Moski the sharp one. Then view my portfolio. Then click on logos, for example. Okay, so look at this. I've created 300. Go to flyers. Flyers. This one is about the numbers or the experience. Go to the flyers. So look at this. This gallery is about to explore creative, sleek, precise, straightforward, usable, and they surely convert. You know what conversion means? Is that if you do flyer with me, I'm guaranteeing you that that product you want to sell, you actually sell it. That's what I'm just trying to tell you basically. So if you like, after you have viewed the portfolio finish, if you like, hire me. If you like, don't hire me. All these people that have hired me, all the programs they did have sold out. That's what I'm trying to say. Or sometimes you sound maybe in the presentation of your portfolio or your caption, you write something like, "I have helped clients to sell." That's how you sound, okay? I have helped clients to sell. I have helped clients to promote. I have helped clients for this. You understand? Then they can check, okay, how did you do it? Then they can now see the gallery or the showcase. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Right? So, Praise, I don't know if I have anything to add. Why? Maybe I have been saying nonsense or something because, sometimes you don't think, you just be talking. So, please.
I think you did good with it actually. I think you settled
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, any other questions?
Any other question? I saw Inyang was trying to talk the other time. I think maybe he has gotten answer to his question. So, can you quickly tell us the stuff you wanted to share with us? Why are you not opening tabs now? You are just putting everything on one tab. Can you go back to
Hmm?
your PDF that you want to share with us?
This one?
Yeah, this one. Is it today or should we do it today or should we do it tomorrow?
Let's do it tomorrow, Joe.
All right.
But I can show you guys like the preview, like the preview.
Okay. Okay. No wala. No wala. Oh, well, and you help us add more. Help us add more so that tomorrow will be filled with. Then we can do we can use another person's portfolio like a live portfolio. I'm going to set my personal email to my laptop. I used to have them on my phone. Okay, I'm still trying
All
to,
right.
I'm still trying to set all these things so that you can check and we can do live review. So thank you very much. I appreciate you, Praise. So tomorrow we'll do more of this. So guys,
Yeah.
how was the program? Does it make sense? You get something in return? You say, don't worry, I'm going to I'm recording this what do they call it? This class. I'm going to host it on ilta.com so you can check it anytime. I just hope my developers are in good mood tonight, so you can probably check it tomorrow. So thank you very much um, for attending. All right. All right, so thank you very much. Let me to thank Praise for honoring our invitation. So we have closed now.
Anytime,
Who
Joe.
is raising hands? We have closed. Well, talk. What do you want to say? Where is the guy? He has gone back. Tomorrow you ask a question. All right. So good night. Good night. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.